Nah, I love that. Alright, so you might be wondering why you're hearing my voice already so early into the video. Usually when you hear or see me do something like this for a video, it means that I have something to tell you about said video. In this case, this is a bit of a disclaimer. I had to put it here because there are going to be people who skip through the video, usually to listen to the songs and see the reactions for the songs that they want to. And I think that it's kind of important for me to put this here. Otherwise, I might just end up with comments, not comments, comments telling me that I've listened to the album out of order, which is exactly what I've done for this listen. I don't know how the hell it happened. No, that's a lie. I do know how it happened. So, when I started listening to the album, I didn't realize initially that I was listening to the songs out of order. It wasn't until about the fourth or fifth song that I noticed that I was listening to the songs out of order. And I talk about this later in the video too. So if you're someone who usually listens through to the entirety of the album, you'll see that. You'll hear me talk about this again, so I'm going to keep this as short as I can. What happened is, you can also kind of see in this little screenshot here that when I started the album was on shuffle. Now, usually, when I start listening to an album for the first time, the album doesn't start out on shuffle. It starts out as if I'm listening to this album for the first time, and everything goes in order. Now, I have other playlists in mind that I listen to on shuffle. What I'm going to assume happened is, because there have been other moments where I was actually going to listen to the Enemy album, like on stream, so I would go to the album, click the first song so that it would be set up for when I started recording, and then I would like get ready to go into the album. And then I wouldn't end up going into the album. I would end up deciding that I was going to react to it another day. What I'm going to assume happened is maybe because I had already clicked on a song, even though I hadn't listened to it already, Spotify was like, oh, you started the album. Oh, you started listening to it. And so it just kind of made the decision to like make this. I don't know if there's like some kind of save settings thing with Spotify where it's like if you're listening to other playlists on shuffle, it kind of does it for other ones. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's really the only thing that I can think of as to why this album started out on shuffle. It's like it's such a weird way for me to listen to this. Again, I realized it, but I realized it like 4 to 5 songs into the album. So I mean, at that point in time, I couldn't really do anything. Um, you'll essentially see how I take care of that. I don't put the songs in order, or I don't edit them to be in order, otherwise the rankings would be weird, or me talking about the ranking would be weird. You'll see it when you get to it if you if you listen to or watch the entirety of this album review. On top of that, there's a second disclaimer that I hate to be making too. Now, if any of you here have seen some of my other Twice videos, or have even seen maybe like my 16 reaction on Patreon, I've been having this issue recently. I don't know why. I still need to figure it out. It's hard for me to fix it because when I'm recording and watching videos, I don't hear it on my side. But I've been having issues with having like this staticky sound in the background, or not in the background, but just in my videos, and I don't see it, or rather hear it until it's too late. Because I don't hear the sound while I'm recording or listening to anything. Like the sound isn't there for me. And so it's a bit hard for me to monitor that if no one tells me that they're hearing it while I'm listening to songs. And so for 7 to 8, wait, no, seven out of the 9 songs on the album, they have static, which is incredibly unfortunate. I really hate that that's the case. Literally the last 2 songs on the album, which is Glow and Take One, or something like that. Is it Take One? I can't remember what it's called. Twice One? What is it? Whatever the last song on the album is, because for whatever reason I'm blanking. Those 2 songs are the only songs in this listen that don't have the static. Again, I don't know what's causing that. I've yet to figure it out. It doesn't happen in all of my videos. It just happens randomly. I I don't get it, man. It doesn't happen during the moments where I'm talking. It's only during the moments where there's music. And so, look, I don't know. The reason I'm telling you this is I'm still posting this, as you can see. I'm still posting the album as it is. I've already listened to it. I mean, it's already happened. I don't see a reason for me not to post it, even with the static there. If there are people who can handle it and deal with it and are fine with it, then I mean they have this video. If there are people who unfortunately can't handle it, then I mean it just kind of is what it is. I can't really do anything about it now. But yeah, those are those are the disclaimers. Do not go into the comments telling me that the songs were listened to out of order. I know that. I do. And you'll just annoy me if I see that in the comments. So please don't do that because I will be upset if you do. That's all I have to say though. Again, I listened to the songs out of order in the album. I'm aware of that. There's static in the video. I'm aware of that. I'll probably make a pinned comment saying these things there too. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this up and take it over to past me. Okay, today we're getting into the first thing of the stream today. We're gonna be taking a look finally at Twice's Enemy album. Now I know I've been pushing this off for the longest of times, but today on stream I decided I'm not gonna like just focus on keeping caught up on the things that have been releasing. I'm just watching and listening to whatever it is that I want to today. And so I decided I'm just gonna start the stream with Enemy and album. I don't usually do that. The albums usually get saved for the end of stream, depending on what it is it's planned. If like listening to an album is the only thing I plan to do on the stream, then I'll usually do it first. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be watching more than just this or listening to more than just this today, and so this is kind of interesting for me, but I don't really have too much to say. I've already seen the Enemy music video. I haven't listened to Enemy since I've seen that music video, mainly because I wanted to keep that song fresh for myself, and I went back into the album. Went into the album. So I wanted everything to just kind of feel fresh and new for me. And so I've been keeping away from it. I usually do that with album first listens if it's a song I've heard before, whether that's a pre-release or a title track before I get around to listening to the album. I'll usually like not have it added into playlists, and I just won't listen to it until I get around to the album, especially if I know I'm going to listen to the album and I knew I was going to listen to the album. So I don't really need to find myself yapping too much. This will actually be my first well, is it a full album? I don't know if it's full or like a mini, but this will be like my first Twice JP album that I'll be getting into. I have heard some of their JP tracks. I have not gotten into the albums, and so this will be my first album that I'm getting into, which is really exciting. For those who are curious, I am quite behind in regards to content for the deep dive stuff, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it because I've been posting Twice related stuff every Thursday. 2 videos if I can too, and sometimes even on Tuesdays. And so it may not necessarily feel like I'm behind on the Twice deep dive, but I definitely am. I would like to kind of get a move on to the next album after the like Ooh Ah album, and so well, the Story Begins album, I guess. Like I completely know the title of it now, but I want to get onto that. But I felt like I wanted to kind of wrap up the stuff with I almost said Chewy's album. I wanted to wrap up the stuff with Chaoyang's album, and I wanted to go ahead and get this Enemy album up. So you should be seeing this on Thursday of this week. Hopefully, it should be edited and stuff by then. I have more than enough time to do so. But after this gets posted, you guys will finally be seeing me move on to the next album for this deep dive. I have a ton of videos already recorded to go up onto Patreon. I've just been lazy in regards to editing them. I haven't done anything over the weekend. I just kind of wanted to have a weekend for myself where I didn't do anything. But I'll kind of be picking up on those things this week. But yeah, I've kind of spoken a little bit too much. We need to go ahead and get into the album. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. There will be timestamps and stuff for the songs that you do wish to listen to. For those who, like, some have probably already skipped to that point in time. Or for those who tend to watch these things a bit more fully. Again, you don't have to stick around through the entire thing. Definitely feel free to jump around to the songs that you're curious of my opinion on. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. Just going to give you a bit of a disclaimer. A little bit of something else, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the album. Now, for those who are new, I do indeed have a, well, those who are new, or those who, for whatever reason, decided to not skip through the video and wanted to listen to this part this time. I am someone who pauses a lot. I am someone who rewinds a lot. If you're not new to the channel, you'd be very, very familiar with that. But for those who are unfamiliar, I am someone who does that a lot. So if that's something that you're not interested in, definitely find someone who doesn't do that as often as I do. On top of that, if you find yourself interested in anything in this video, anything at all, definitely do the cringy YouTuber things of like, commenting, and or subscribing. Any one of the three is helpful to me. Me saying this sometimes works. Also, I did mention a deep dive. If you are interested in any Twice related content, you can find it all in the Twice playlist. I reacted to Chang's album again. I've reacted to quite a few videos on that too, so you can find all of her stuff in a separate playlist if you don't wish to look at all of the other Twice things. All of like the Twice related content goes into the Twice playlist anyways, in order of like release. So if you're someone who wishes to just kind of like watch everything Twice related that I've taken a look at, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, again, I have a separate playlist for Chaeyoung. Other than that though, I'm going to keep you guys any longer. As you can kind of see, the first song on the album is actually Enemy. Enemy is a song that I've already listened to. It's a song that I've already reacted to. So you guys will not be seeing this in this album reaction. It's already been reacted to. If you're curious as to what my initial thoughts on Enemy was, you can find that up on the channel. It'll probably also just be linked at the end of this video. So definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it. But what I am going to do, I'm going to listen to the song again because I always listen to the songs. Even if it's something that I've listened to before, you guys just don't get to see it. I'll come back after having added this song to the playlist and needs to go into checking out the writing creds. You guys will kind of get my final thoughts on the song, and then we'll move on to the rest of the album together. Because I'm pretty sure every other song in this album is a song that I haven't heard yet, so we'll be doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do those things, and I'll see you guys in just a second with my final thoughts on the song. I remember when I cried, bro. I'm glad that I'm kind of not looking at the lyrics here because I feel like if I did, I would cry again. It's so good, bro. I forgot how good that song was. I need me some more Rocky Twice, bro. Because that was so good, man. Oh, that actually felt really good listening to that song after so long. I said before that the last time I listened to the song was when I watched the music video. I guess technically the last time I listened to it was when I edited that video to post. And so it just felt really good. I remember watching the music video and crying. I think, or like at least tearing up. Like I ain't cried, but I at least teared up from that, like looking at the lyrics, and oh boy. I'm telling you, if I like looked at the lyrics for this while like listening to it again, I feel like I would have found myself getting emotional again. There were moments where I would find myself processing the lyrics and I'd be like, nope, I'm not doing that. Like, we're not crying today. That's not gonna happen today. Especially not in this video. I've done it enough in regards to the enemy, the video surrounding the Enemy era, and so I'm just gonna keep it to 2 videos and not 3. But I just really, really love that. Again, their voices. I've never heard Twice really do a rocky sound. Again, I'm someone who is new in regards to kind of like Twice's discography out, like besides their title tracks. I've essentially listened to almost all, if not all, of their title tracks. B-sides I'm unfamiliar with, besides the Strategy album, the This Is For album, and the Story Begins album. And I guess soon to be this album too. And so if they have done something rocky before, I personally have not heard it because those are the only 3 albums of theirs that I've listened to in full. And so to kind of get this from them, it's a damn good song and it's a damn good sound from them. And I would love to hear the sound from them more. Their voices were insane. Something that I actually mentioned earlier, of course you guys didn't get to see this because I was listening to the song again on my own. But there's like I want to say it's the second verse. It's like that part where you have Jonghyun. Let me see. I'll pull it up in the lyrics here. I missed it. Here we go. So like So like around this part with Jonghyun, for a second I was actually confused, right? Because when this part first came in, I was like, oh, this is Mina. And then their voices kind of like swapped. Jonghyun came in, and then you were hearing Jonghyun do the press me every second, every day. Like, she did a bit of that. I'm gonna say she might have done this line too. But when doing it, I was like, that was so good how, like, Mina's voice, like, very seamlessly transitions into Jonghyun's. And you almost, like, wouldn't necessarily, like, recognize that that was happening unless you knew their voices. And so I was like, I am right, right? So I had to like go find I was hoping that I would be able to see it in the music video, but in the music video, it's showing Jonghyun and Nayeon at that part, and I was like, Nayeon? I was like, there's no way that's Nayeon. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Mina's voice. So I had to go look at a lyric video too that had their pictures, and I was very thankful to see that I actually did get Mina's voice right, and that Jonghyun was the one who went into it, because I did remember from the music video Jonghyun having that part, but I recognize their voice too. But what I was saying is I really love how their voices just kind of like blend into each other, and how it just like very nicely and smoothly it goes into Jonghyun's part after that. It was really, really good. It was something that I don't know if I really noticed the first time I listened to the song, because the first time I listened to the song I was pretty damn emotional. And so I probably didn't notice a lot of things, but to hear that song again, yeah, I really, really like that song. In terms of up there as my favorite Japanese tracks of theirs that I've heard like some of them. I always say that my favorite Japanese track from Twice is Perfect World. I'm pretty sure it's Perfect World. Um, I want to say that that's my favorite from them so far, because I know Donut's a really good one too, though. Donut's a really good one, but I'm gonna stick to Perfect World being my favorite one. I'm looking forward to like looking at a lot of their other Japanese albums so that I can just listen to tracks from there. But yeah, that's all I really have to say in regards to Enemy. I've already added it to the playlist I needed to go into. I've taken a look at the credits and I didn't see any writing credits from any of the girlies. And so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and move into the next song on the album, which is Love Is More. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go. Wait, I like the it seems like it's gonna be a sweet song. Oh. That was perfect. Because I was like hearing that. Okay, because I was trying to pause. She did that. She gave me a reason to pause. I'm just restarting the song. I'm sorry. But one thing that I needed to mention, I sometimes forget to do this until like it gets to this point in time. But I am someone who does rank their albums, or like rank albums in general. I do that with every album I listen to, regardless of how long or short it is. This album is going to be no different. Obviously we've only listened to Enemy in full, and so we'll be able to kind of start that list once I finish up this song. What usually happens with that, if I end up having like multiple songs on an album that I'm really confused by, at the very end of this listen, I'll kind of like find myself doing a quick skim through of each of the songs to kind of determine which one is my favorite, and where they place. That may not happen with this one. We never know. I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time so that if you're someone who's interested in just listening to my ranking of the album, you'll be able to find that timestamped as well. I want to say that that's all that I really had to say before I go back into this. I want to say so, yeah. I lied, I just remembered. The other thing I wanted to say is I know that some people are those who are really into the lyrics. I'm someone who doesn't really care about the lyrics like that. I feel like I tried looking at lyrics for an album that I listened to recently, and it just took me way too long. Again, I'm someone who's so focused on the sound to where the sound is what matters the most to me. Unless I really feel the need to go to the and look at the lyrics of a song, like for me there's really no reason to do so. I know you guys are like, oh, but the lyrics of the song will elevate it more, but when I'm like listening to music on my own, I'm not looking at lyrics. Like, I'm just listening to the song. So for me, the song like on its own should be able to like stand alone without the lyrics for me. Again, there are songs where I'm like, I get curious as to what the lyrics are, and I'll like check them out then. But other than that, I don't think that I'm gonna be the person that you'll be able to find um looking at lyrics. It takes too long for me. I know you guys can just be like, oh, we'll just watch, like, listen to the album through lyric videos. I don't want to do that. I'm not really paying attention to the lyrics anyways, and so I'm like, I'm gonna miss most of them if I'm like paying attention to what it is and I'm listening to. I'm also the type of person, when I really like the sound of something, I close my eyes. So in that case, I'm already missing the lyrics anyways. There's no reason for me to look at lyric videos. It just is what it is. Like, this seems like such a random place for me to put that, but I feel like it's important for me to say that before we get into the rest of the album. Some people might not have even listened to this part, but I am someone who is not a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of just like looking at lyrics for the sake of looking at lyrics. I tried it with an album. I didn't like it. So I'm just gonna look at lyrics whenever I want to look at lyrics, and if I find like the time in between songs, if I want to look at the lyrics, then I'll do so, or I'll do it in my own time. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to say that. I'm gonna restart this one more time. I know it's annoying, but I feel like it's important for me to say this. Nah, I love that. Hold on. I know that was Jonghyun Jiho, but you could kind of like hear in that part her voice was like slightly nasally almost, it felt. It works though. Speaking of rankings, I feel like this song is so damn smooth, I might even like it more than Enemy. That's crazy. Wow. I feel like this is something that I can listen to. Oh. You have something that kind of sound like bells in there, and I'm like, it's really nice. I can only hear it in the right ear, but it's really good. I love the sound. Wow. Yeah. I do. I like this more than Enemy. The best way that I can describe this is kind of giving like cafe music. And what I think you guys know what I mean by that, but I think in saying that this feels like cafe music, this also means that this is like the type of song that one can listen to just as background music. So it's like, I feel like this is a song that I can listen to while doing chores. This is a song that I can listen to while like maybe doing work on the computer, or like studying, or doing anything of that nature. And I would just really find myself enjoying it. It sounds really nice. I didn't think that we would be starting off this strong, but I really like this song a lot. And I really like Enemy. Wow. Hold on. That's so good. I love the ooh ooh I, bro. Stop. Ooh 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 I, oh bro.
Love is more than this delight. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. Boy, don't leave me in the dark. Love is more than this delight. Don't know what the shit and more. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
I love the layered vocals there.
Tell me why is this way? Why?
I love that every time. I'm sorry, I gotta do one.
Tell me why is this way? Why? Tell me why, why? Tell me why is this way? Why? Tell me why, why? Tell me why is this way? Tell me why?
It's nah, bro. That's my favorite song so far. I'm actually really shocked by that. I didn't think that Enemy would get dethroned so fast because of how much I really do find myself enjoying Enemy. Enemy is such a damn good song, and again, whenever I like do pay attention to the lyrics in that song, it makes me like incredibly emotional. And I feel like when a song is able to do something like that for me, it's like it's up there. But the way that I like feel when listening, oh bro, the way I feel when listening to Love Is More, again, it's cafe music, but it's like cafe music at its peak. And I love that so much. I almost wish to some degree that we got like a bit of scatting. I feel like, what do you consider what they were doing scatting? Can you imagine like someone scatting on the song? Oh, that could have been so interesting. I really love their voices on it anyways, so I feel like all of their voices really suit a song like this too. All of the like the Twice members have like they're versatile, so I feel like whatever genre you kind of throw at them, they got it. They got it. They're like, say less. Well, actually, have they done music like this before? Because again, because I'm doing this in such a weird way, I like started with their first album, but I've listened to the Strategy album and then This Is For album, and now I'm listening to the Enemy album, and then I'm gonna go back to their older albums. So I'm like listening to things in such a random order to where I'm like I have no clue like what's in between those things that I've taken a look at. So I don't know if they've done a sound like this before, but it is, yeah. This is my favorite song. We've only listened to 2 songs on the album, but so far, yeah, Love Is More is my favorite song on the album so far. Such a fantastic job. Their voices were gorgeous. I really love the bells. Again, they were like just bells kind of like chiming in the right ear. It was like pretty far in the background, but it was like a nice little addition to the rest of the instrumental, as well as like the drums that we would get in that too. But I really do love that piano. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the playlist it needs to go into. Gonna take a look at the writing creds, and then I will be back with you guys for the next song on the album. Okay, I'm back. As you can kind of see, there's been like a bit of a time jump. Had a little bit of a chat with chat, and now I'm kind of back to the rest of the album. But I have added Love Is More to the playlist I needed to go into. Take a look at the writing creds. Didn't see any of the girls on that, which is absolutely fine. I just like to check those things just in case. And I've also started up the ranking. So far, the ranking is Love Is More and Enemy. But no more talking about that. We're now going to go ahead and get into the next song on the album, which is Fine. Let's go.
What is on your mind when you say fine? It's a goddamn rain or shine, somebody out.
Let's just restart that.
What is on your mind when you say fine? It's a goddamn rain or shine, somebody out of your smile. 내 멋까지 keep them me and I.
The layered vocals up. Starting that up. Oh, wait. Damn, this is a good one too. Oh man. Well, that pre-chorus? That was pre-chorus, right? Those chords? Oh, the voices there. The snaps? What's this chorus about to be like? There's a sound underneath and I'm not sure what it is. Nah. Wait a minute, go back. Nah, that was nice. Now these chords over top. I love the melody. That's so good, bro. The way she sung that. Stop. The voices underneath here? There's also like this bit of a, not like your standard like type of knocking. I don't know if my microphone even picked that up. Not like a knocking on the door type of knocking, but there's like this. It's almost as if you did like the, again, I don't know if my I don't know if my mic picked that up, but it's like the sound that you would get if like you pushed your tongue to the roof of your mouth and then tried to like, I guess this sounds awful, but like suck the air back. I don't know how to explain it, but that sound, I'm getting that in the background too, which is really nice. Like just the voices underneath that. I think there's some other voices noted under that too. I love the way they sing that. Hold on, I went a little too far back. I love that, bro. Was that Naya singing that too? That's so good. Mina's voice melted me. I'm pretty sure that was Mina Torsi. Yeah, that melted me, bro. Look, I don't actually know where this is placing. I don't think it's above Love Is More for me. But it could be above Enemy. I'm not entirely sure on it yet. We might actually have our first songs of the album that are kind of like competing at the moment, where I'm unsure of their placement. The chords in that, bro. Like the, look, I'm a sucker. I am. And then you have their voices on top of that. I think there were so many moments where we would just kind of have their voices layered in this. And it was just kind of like so satisfying to listen to, especially at the very end of, I want to say, what was probably the bridge before we went back into the final chorus and stuff of the song. we're already at we're only at the third song. Not already, we're only at the third song in the album. And I'm already like unsure as to where things are getting placed because of how much I'm enjoying them. This is the type of song that I could very easily listen to on repeat. Um, and I can see this as being a song that can also like just be in my everyday like listen to type of playlist. Which surprisingly is my late night K-pop playlist. That's the playlist that I listen to the most. But I could see myself listening to that a lot, and so I'm gonna add that to probably multiple playlists. I really enjoy that, but what I'm gonna do what I normally do. Add the song to the playlist I need to go into, take a look at the writing credits, and then I'll be back with you guys for the next song on the album. Okay, I have added Fine to the playlist I needed to go into, and I've also taken a look at the writing credits. I didn't see any from the girls, but again, as always, that is okay. For those who kind of listen through to the entirety of the album or my reactions to their albums, you're gonna find me repeating myself a lot. I know that there are some who only like wish to like see certain reactions, and that's absolutely fine, but it's easier for me to say this just repeatedly so that those who do skip through are able to hear these types of things. But yeah. Um, we are now just gonna go ahead and hop into the next song on the album, which is The Wish. Let's go. Look, I did that out of instinct. I didn't really need to restart the entirety of the song, but I did it anyways. A very aptly named song. A song that you could hear yourself like listening to around Christmas. I keep going too far back. I apologize. Also, I don't know why I have the lyrics up here for you. I can't read it. Let me read it. That is nice. Oh wait, I'm not. There we go. I was hearing something underneath. I don't know if that's like voice nip. I don't know if that's voice manipulation or not underneath, but it's like, it's not constant, but it's like going in and out. There's like this sound that you get kind of coming into the right ear. I don't think I went far enough back. Like right there, like what is that? Oh, is that a flute? Oh, that's really pretty. Hold on. That's really pretty. It does give, it gives Christmas. The whoop? I just noticed that. I don't know if it did it before, but it probably did. The way she sung that though, the EO, I think is that what it was? EO. Ooh. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let it finish before I replay. She's gonna do it every time. You already know what I'm talking about, bro. I'm gonna get to the beginning of it. Not really the beginning. Let's go a bit more back. Wow. Whose voice was that? Was the ad-lib there? I didn't go back for now. Right there. Who was that? For the ad-lib? That was a good one too. These songs so far, they're kind of hidden in the way that I need them to be honest. If I were to place this on the board for the ranking, I'm gonna put it underneath Enemy. I'm gonna put it underneath Enemy, and mainly because of it's not even a song that I could only see myself like listening to around the holidays. I feel like it's a song that I could just listen to all around. But I think my like connection to Enemy is a bit stronger than that. Than like the like that I have for I think so, yeah. I wanna say that my how is it that I describe it? I feel like I was probably doing fine. I do feel like my emotional connection to Enemy is stronger than that of my like for The Wish. And that obviously you saw me vibing out to The Wish. Like I really enjoyed myself listening to that. And I feel like I could find myself just listening to it more, especially like around the holidays. Like that's absolutely going into my K-pop Christmas playlist. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to listening to that when the time of year comes. But I think while I do like this sound, while I really like that piano, while I really like what I believe was the voice manipulation going on in there, while I really do like all of the sounds like coming together as well as their voices on that, because my goodness, their voices are just a given across every single one of the tracks. But like hearing how like they play with their voices on every single one of the tracks, it still always amazes me. But it's like even with all of that, I feel like one, because I always just have like a soft spot for rock in my heart, and like now just Twice doing rock in general. But their voices on that, coupled with actually the lyrics for once, not for once, I mean for once of the songs that we've listened to, um, I think the lyrics coupled with the way that Enemy just makes me feel in general, I think just kind of like wins out against The Wish, and it's truly just that reason alone. I feel like I would like at the end of the day though, I would probably listen to both of those songs equally, I feel. But I think in regards to which song I especially off of like first listen like gravitated to the most, it's probably Enemy and then The Wish. But yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts on that. I am going to add this to the playlist it needs to go into. Gonna take a look at the writing crest, and then I will be back with you guys for the next song on the album. I just had like the craziest of realizations, right? So I that's actually so incredibly funny to me. Okay, so you guys probably already noticed this in the video, which is why you're probably like, why the hell is she jumping around in the album? Why is she not listening to this album in order? I only just now noticed this. Um, fucking somehow, because I've managed to miss the first song on the album. I didn't realize, and for whatever the hell reason, this playlist was on shuffle. Usually when I listen to an album for the first time, it's not on shuffle. It goes through the songs in order. So now I'm just kind of tossed. This is going to be the most interesting reaction ever because again, I did not realize. I just assumed that the songs were going in order, so I didn't think to double check. The only reason I ended up noticing this is because usually if you guys have seen my album reactions before, usually I kind of full screen the screen so that you guys can just see the album cover. And then you'll kind of like see the bar at the bottom when I go to rewind and stuff like that. It was like a bit busted for me during the last reaction, and so in between while I was adding the wish to the playlist I needed to go into, as well as like checking out the credits, I looked at this. I was like, okay, we're like roughly about halfway through the album, because I was like, okay, the next song on the list is One Day. I looked again and I was like, why is the wish number 7? I haven't gone through that many songs yet. I'm so silly. Oh my gosh, I'm so completely silly, and you guys have probably noticed that already. I'll probably have some kind of disclaimer or like a message that I put in at the very beginning of this album, because this is going to be listened to so completely out of order. I don't even know how I didn't catch the fact that Enemy wasn't the first song on the album, considering before I even started stream and I pulled up the Enemy album, I saw that Enemy wasn't the first. But when I started it, I was like, okay, well maybe I just saw it wrong and I didn't think to, to double check whether or not that was the case, and so I just went along with it. I was like, how the hell did I mess up so bad, only for me to look down and realize that the playlist was on shuffle? Okay. So, you guys are probably like, what the hell is she doing? I didn't know. I just assumed that all of the songs were in order. So, up to you. We're gonna have to, like, go back. We're gonna go back a little bit. I like to listen to albums in order just in case there is some form of an order in which we should be listening to these things. Whoops, this will be like the first mishap I've ever had like this for an album reaction. But we are gonna go back to Up to You. Then we'll come back to One Day. Because I was like, how the hell did I manage to skip 2 songs on the album? I skipped 3. Skip 3. So we're going to go back to Up to You. Then we're going to come back to One Day, Blind in Love. And then we're going to go to Glow and Like One. It's going to be incredibly interesting, but I can't really do anything about it now. Like, I mean, I guess I could put the songs in the correct order. But then you would be confused by the album rankings. You would be confused by the album ranking. And so at this point in time, it's just going to have to be what it is. And we're just going to go back to the very first song on the album. Hopefully it wasn't like too much of like an introductory song. Again, it does, I feel like maybe to some degree it messes up the flow of the album just a tad bit. But hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. I apologize for that. I was so damn silly for that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't realize. You guys were probably like yelling at me saying, and for those who don't listen to this part or even just look at the disclaimer, are probably going to be like, you listen to the songs out of order. I know I did. I know I did. I am aware. I'm probably going to even have to make a pinned comment letting people know that I did indeed listen to this album out of order. What can you do? But yeah, give me 1 second and then we're just going to go ahead and go to the very first song on the album and do exactly what I just told you we're going to do. Okay, we're now actually going to get into the very first song of the album, which is Up to You. Again, I apologize for the order in which I'm listening to these things. It is what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Up to You, Twice. Let's go.
Summer is waiting for you. Our skies are ocean blue. Summer is waiting for you. A season made for you.
Oh. That guitar. Oh. Wait, sorry. Let's just go back, sorry. I really do know Mina's voice, bro. Now this is going in silver plate. The drums. Oh. Wow. Hold on. Jung, I keep saying Jung and Jiho's voice too. That's catchy. Oh, the little like bubble pops. It's like a voice underneath. Actually, I'm going to assume that it's just... I'm getting it in the right side. Again, whenever I like hear stuff like that, I'm just taken to the moments where I've seen behind the scenes of artists recording in the studio. I'm going to assume, because I can't actually quite tell who's singing right now, it's absolutely fine. I'm going to get around to like learning their voices and stuff. It may take a little longer than you guys want to, but I'm not someone, again, who's interested in looking at lyric videos. I've tried it. It didn't work out for me. I didn't necessarily like the way it felt in me doing that, and so we won't be. But for whoever's singing here, I'm assuming like it felt like lower. So like they're lower, you can kind of hear it in the right ear. I'm like hearing that underneath, and it's really nice to hear. Let me go back. Yeah. I love that. The knocking too. Ooh. She'll do it every time, I'm telling you. I love that, bro. I'm sorry. That's so catchy. Okay. Oh. To be fair, I listen to summer songs even when it's not the summertime. Even as someone who's not the biggest fan of the summer at all, because I hate the heat. I hate the heat. And so I will take any other season compared to that of the summer, but I do love me a good summer song, and I do think that this is a really good summer song, even as just like a song to listen to in the dead of winter. I feel like it's a song that I could find myself coming back around to. Because we have like because I've already listened to it, it is out of order. Because I've already listened to The Wish now, I can kind of compare it to that. Because both of this song and that song are a bit more in line with, I feel like, seasons or holidays or just something like that. I do kind of place them on the same level. Now, in regards to like which song I would probably listen to a bit more, And when I say more, I mean like by the slightest of hairs. Um, I could see myself listening to both of these pretty often, but I think that I would probably listen to The Wish a tad bit more than this one. Um, I feel like The Wish is probably a bit more versatile for the moods, or for the mood that one might be in. Um, Whereas this one is like just incredibly upbeat to the point of where it's like if I want to just be in like this a bit more of a calmer type of mood, I would probably find myself reaching towards The Wish. Or if I am in a bit of a giddy mood or like a mood that one would feel around the holidays, like Christmas time or like just anything of that nature where things are just a bit more jolly. I feel like I could also listen to The Wish then as well. So I think by like the smallest of pairs, I would find myself listening to The Wish just a bit more. But the melodies in this one, I really found myself enjoying a lot. I really like the guitar in this too. Um, I feel like a guitar, especially like what we've got in this, it's quite the instrument that one hears a lot when it does come to like songs that are a bit more in line with that of the summer. And so I felt like it was quite fitting for that. Uh, I do think that that's how that is, though. I do think, in regards to the ranking, well, I did enjoy all of that. I think my ranking on the album right now, Love Is More, is still on top. Fine slash Enemy, but I'm a bit inclined to say that I like Fine just a bit more than Enemy. So it might end up being Love Is More, Fine, Enemy, The Wish, and Up to You. I don't know. We'll kind of see though. I'm gonna keep the slash between Fine and Enemy so that I can kind of skip through the both of those songs at the end of this, so that I can make absolutely sure that I like Fine a bit more than Enemy. But that is what we have so far. I am going to add this to the playlist it needs to go into. Then I will be back with you guys with the next song on the album, which is, I forgot what it is. It's a song that we were going to listen to before I realized that I was listening to the songs out of order. So I'll see you guys in just a second.